know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away.
What's up, guys? It's NORTHJet here with the NORTHJet. Today we're going to be going live with Alan from the New York Jets planet, and we're going to be going over the Monday Night Football matchup between the Bills and the Jets. We're also going to give you a preview of this week's Sunday Night Football matchup between the Jets and the Steelers. Going to be talking a little bit about the Devontae Adams trade and a little bit about the Hassan Reddick news.
Throw, good move, and the shot hanging onto the shirt into the end zone. Goes Alan Lazard.
Here's Hall, shot out of a cannon, and he will score.
Rodgers, the fake. Throw, staying inbounds. Yes, touchdown.
It's the Jets, and he's gonna go. Jets win it. Touchdown, rookie Xavier Gibson.
What is going on, everybody? It is Friday, October 19th, I think, or 18th. I always get it messed up because I'm
It's the
work on
18th.
midnight, so it's the 18th. Anyway, yeah, man, it's been a good week for Jets. Obviously we didn't have the outcome we wanted on Monday night, but it was a close game, and we know why we lost, and we're going to get into it. But we did get some very, very good news on Tuesday morning. And we'll get into that. But first, we're going to go over this Monday Night Football matchup. Like I said, unfortunately, we didn't have the outcome we wanted. It was a matchup for first place in the AFC East against the Buffalo Bills. And the Jets ended up losing 23-20 in it was kind of a heartbreaking way to lose. It was a really good game. Jeff Albrecht's first game as the interim head coach, Todd Downing's first game play calling, and the offense looked pretty good to start. Aaron Rodgers looked decent. I'm going to put up some stats right now for you. Here are the QB stats. Aaron Rodgers, 23 of 35, 294 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and then 1 interception that was at the end of the game. So the offense, it was pretty good. Breece Hall even had a really good game. Come back into it, 18 carries, 113 yards. Should have had a touchdown on that 42-yarder. We'll get into that too. And the receiving, we had 2 receivers go over 100 yards. Alan Lazard, 114 yards, 1 touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 8 catches, 107 yards. So, the offense was moving the ball, especially, towards the end. And we obviously saw what happened right before halftime. We'll get into that too. But what was your first impression of the new offensive play calling from Todd Downing?
Yeah, I think especially they start off really strong. I really like to see that because I felt like with Hackett, we not only started off very slow, but we also ended slow. And obviously, towards that Viking game, it was just atrocious. So I think it was a breath of fresh air to just see Rodgers actually commanding the offense and seeing the offense actually just go. You see Garrett doing his thing. You see the potential of what Lazard and Rodgers' connection was. I do wish I saw Mike Williams get involved a little bit more earlier on, but that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, I can't say that I'm mad about it from a scheme perspective.
Yeah, like we said, Breece had a good game. It was his first game of the year rushing for over 100 yards. I do have the touchdown or the not touchdown I was talking. I think I have it. This run was kind of annoyed me because Breece has done this a few times where he's broken off for big runs and he's just failed to score. A few times he's gotten caught, but he maybe has lost a little bit of his step with the ACL injury. But on this play, it just seems like I don't know, like he could have ran more towards the middle of the field. That way he had more room to move around, but he decided to stay on the outside of the field where the sideline. He ended up getting tackled. It was a great run. I'm not taking anything away from him, but he should have scored on this play.
Little pitch to Hall, left side. Big play. Brees Hall. One man to beat. Tackle made by Rapp. First and goal, Jets.
So you can clearly see, like, he's riding the sideline when you have so much in the field when you got one guy left to beat. So there's just a little things in this game that could have been different. And I believe that it was 2017 at that point. The Jets did end up going to get a field goal. But I mean, yeah, Aaron Rodgers looked good. He made some great plays. There was obviously this one big play we were going to talk about, the Hail Mary. And I mean, right before half, I wasn't really expecting them to do too much, but you know what I mean. With Aaron Rodgers, we've seen it many times where he's throwing a bomb and somebody somehow catches it, and it happened again. Aaron Rodgers completed, I think it was a 52-yard touchdown pass to Allen Lazard. Here you go.
Here we go. Up into the air, into the end zone, and incomplete. Lazard had a shot. And now the other official saying touchdown. You can see he doesn't totally get up in the air with all the bodies there, but he's got it. That's a touchdown right there. And then it comes out. So, oh man, wow. Great call by one official overruling the other. That is a touchdown.
Oh, I mean, that's just vintage Aaron Rodgers. And the funny thing about that play was they were showing right before that, they were showing the highlights from all of Aaron Rodgers' Hail Marys, and a second later he throws that. So I mean, that set everybody on fire, because I think that tied the game at that point, if I'm not mistaken. So that was a huge play, and to see Rodgers do it in the throwback jerseys too, it was weird for me. I don't know, but like I said, there was big plays in this game. There was an instance where the Jets took the lead. It was 27-20. Braylon Allen scored a touchdown, but it was actually called back for a holding call on Tyron Smith, who did not have a good game. And I want to get your opinion on Tyron Smith lately, because Tyron Smith has allowed, I believe it's 4 or 5 sacks. And that's not Tyron Smith football. You know what I mean? Tyron Smith is one of the best left tackles in the NFL, and he's just not playing at that level. So I just want to know what you think is going on with Tyron Smith.
Yeah, like, it's one of those things where everyone's putting it on his age. It's hard to really know. It's like there's so many things it can be. It can be age. It can't just be Keith Carter. Personally, I'm putting it on the weather. It was very windy that game. His other really bad game, it was a rainy day. That was a Denver game. Like, I feel his worst games comes in really bad weather. One thing to note, and I think I've said this before, he's coming from Dallas, where they have a dome. They're typically playing in well-controlled environments more times than not. So I don't think he's used to this. I call it like New York weather, but really it's just northern weather. I'm hoping that's what it is, and that's something that he eventually adapts to. But I think at some point you have to start thinking about, hey, we do have Olu there. Do we start seeing what he has? I
mean, in my opinion, after what I saw last week and so far this season, like you said, we drafted Olu at, I think, 11. So, we drafted Olu 11. So I mean, why not see what he can do? I think he played 1 full game or 2 full games since when Morgan Moses was gone. So
yeah,
I mean, why not, right? It couldn't hurt. It's either we start Olu or just TJ Watt just destroys Tyron Smith. So, but like I said, on that specific penalty or that specific play, Braylon Allen was in the end zone and they called the penalty it was super late. And the Jets took the lead. It was 26-20 pending the extra point. Got called back. They ended up going to, I think it was 3rd and 12 or 3rd and 11, from a 3rd and 1 at the 2 to a 3rd and 11 at the 12. And Aaron Rodgers fired a beam up the middle to Garrett Wilson. He probably should have caught it, but he got hit by 2 defenders, so it was incomplete. And then the Jets ended up trying a field goal attempt. And this is the first one, I think. Hold on, let me see if I have it. Yep, here we go. This is the first attempt.
Took a touchdown off the board. Zerline hits the upright.
So if I'm not mistaken, Greg Zerline attempted 3 field goals. He made the first one, which was like 24 yards or something, and then he doinked that one, which would have tied the game at 20-20. And then there was another point in the game where we had an opportunity to take the lead again from 42 yards, and he did it again.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is off the upright again.
That was one of the loudest doinks I've ever heard. Like, that must have been super loud in the stadium. Like, I remember when they played the they played the Bills week 1 too, and Bass cranked it off the upright to tie it at the end, and it was super loud. But Zerline needs to figure it out. They need to. I know they brought in some kickers. I think they brought in Cade York. The only reason I remember Cade York is because he's an LSU guy. But the Jets need to do something at kicker. As much as I love Greg Zerline and like I've respected him, I've always liked him. He's cost us 2 games now, arguably 3. You know what I mean? The Broncos game, he missed a very crucial kick, cost us the game, and in this week, I don't want to hear the wind because you're hitting the upright. If you're getting that close, you should, as a professional, you should be able to get it through the upright. You know what I mean? Don't hit it twice, not to mention. I know Brandon Bass, he shanked one though. He didn't hit the upright. He just completely whiffed the one. But do you think the Jets should bring in a new kicker, or do you think we should let it ride with Greg, the third leg?
Personally, I am biased. I'm gonna say let's keep it with Greg. And the reason I say that is because 9 times out of 10, switching your kicker mid-year never works out. You always get even worse kickers. So, and I can't tell you if Cade Work would fix it. I can't tell you if he wouldn't. But I do know right now you just have that issue where Greg is just having, I think it's more of like a mental thing rather than a talent thing. Figure out how to get him over that mental hurdle. I'm not going to blame it on age. Like, I don't like the whole, especially with kickers. Like, kickers you should be able to play.
Yeah, but I agree with you, but it happens to some. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but then again, like you said, it could be a mental thing. Like, if you remember Roberto Aguayo, the kicker from Florida State, he was like one of the best kickers ever in college football, and once he got to the NFL, he couldn't kick. So, you know what I mean? Like you said, but
it's because like once you miss a few, it gets in your head mentally.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially like what doesn't help is when you start adding like bring kickers into practice and stuff. So now you're like, oh crap. Yeah. Like it's one thing when you're kicking, it's another thing when each kick matters so much. So I think that's all that's happening right now.
I forgot to mention Aaron Rodgers, the first touchdown pass. Aaron Rodgers, it was I have the highlight. It was a beautiful pass. Originally, they didn't rule it a touchdown. They ruled it incompletely. They said he was out of bounds, but I was screaming at my TV twice during the Hail Mary and this pass. But here's that Garrett Wilson touchdown catch. So it's like this. We're gonna get into the Devontae Adams thing, but Garrett Wilson is elite, bro. Like some of the plays that this guy makes, and he had a phenomenal game on Monday night. And this catch just is another reason why I think he's one of the best. I'm not gonna say he's like top 10 or top 5 or anything crazy. Well, yeah, I don't know, but Garrett Wilson's a stud. Here you go.
It's a good play, getting his hands up and getting the deflection. 3rd down and goal. Rodgers slides through, throws, caught, but out of bounds by Wilson. Throw by Aaron Rodgers and a good catch. Well, watch Aaron Rodgers. He knew exactly where he was going. He's looking to his left, but you see when he snaps his head back.
Great play by Rodgers to step up in the pocket and deliver a dart, and then Garrett Wilson to just snag it and then get his toes down. Like I said, originally the ref he blew it out. He was like, "That's not a catch," but another great grab by Garrett Wilson. Like that's just incredible. And then, like I said, at the end of the game, I think I might have it. Yeah, like I said, there was once the Braylon Allen touchdown got called back, it was 3rd and 11, and this is the play that was immediately after.
Now 3rd down and 11 as a result. End zone, Wilson! Ball's knocked out. Well played by Buffalo, Taylor Rapp and DeMar Hamlin.
So he took a big shot there, got hit by both defenders there. So that's a hard catch. Like he had it. It was a great throw by Rodgers. I thought it was a touchdown. Would have given them a lead again. But like I said, it was 3rd and 11. They were 3rd and 1. They scored. That would have given them the lead, the win, possibly. And it's like it's just mental mistakes, and like we're gonna talk about this too because like the penalties in this game were absolutely ridiculous. Like it was like flag after flag after flag. There was 22 total accepted penalties for 209 yards. I think I have it written down here. The Jets had 11 penalties, 110 yards, and the Bills had 11 penalties for 94 yards. So it's not like it was just getting called on the Jets. Everybody keeps saying the refs screwed us. I don't want to hear that bullshit. It wasn't the refs. They were screwing the Bills too. They were just being incompetent. Something needs to be done about that. But we got screwed in this game because one, Greg Zuerlein missed 2 field goals, which is 6 points. We lost by 3. And then I think Tyron Smith was a big factor because I believe he got at least 2 holding penalties, and he allowed 2 sacks. One didn't count because it was a stupid penalty. It was a roughing the passer call. Even Aaron Rodgers said it wasn't a penalty. I can't remember the guy's name. I don't want to say it wrong, but anyways, it was not. I don't know who he is, but he got 2 sacks on Aaron Rodgers, and he was going up against Tyron Smith. So, and like I said, he was the reason why that touchdown got called back for the holding call. So, other than that, the offense did pretty good. Defense played great. There was no turnovers in this game, which is kind of annoying. But Josh Allen has not thrown an interception this year, and I don't really think he ran the ball too much. I know he ran the ball at the end there. Let me see. Let me pull up the stats again.
We almost
I guess
had
he did.
fumble,
He
though.
did run. Yeah, he did run the ball a bunch. 9 carries, 18 yards. He almost had a fumble when I can't remember.
It was like right before the half when the Bills had the ball. I don't know if you remember. Oh, it was like before we had that Hail Mary. The ball came out, but it ended up going out of bounds. No one was able to recover it.
Oh yeah, yes. You're right. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, defense played good. They're always gonna play good. There were some injuries though. DJ Reed left the game with a groin injury, I think, and he's actually ruled out this week. Michael Carter did not play, and he's ruled out again too. So the Jets are kind of thin in the secondary, and also I believe it was Chuck Clark who has been placed on IR. Was it before this game? I can't remember. Or no, he played against the Bills. I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. Either way, Jets need a safety because Tony Adams and Ashton Davis aren't in it. Ashton Davis got cooked. I don't know if I have it.
I think Tony Adams has been good. Ashton Davis, he's been getting good.
Tony Adams is solid. Ashton Davis, there was the one play he was covering Matt Collins on a 3rd and goal, and he literally made one move and just burned him. I was like, come on, bro. I know I know it's hard being a DB, but so I mean, tough game. Jets lost 23-20. Like I said, there's the reasons why. The 2 missed field goals were absolutely huge, crucial, 6 points right there, and then the holding call on Tyron Smith. But yeah, we're sitting at 2-4 right now. And then everybody went to bed. Everybody was in a panic mood, losing their minds again on Twitter, and everybody woke up on Tuesday morning and we got some good news. Davante Adams officially traded to the New York Jets. And I mean, I remember I posted a tweet. I don't know if you saw it, but I got a little cooked for it. I posted a tweet at 9:22 a.m. I said, "You're an absolute buffoon. You're an absolute buffoon if you think the Jets are getting Davante Adams." And I tweeted that at 9:22, and I think it was 10:05 a.m. that Ian Rappaport tweeted that. And I was in a space when the trade happened, and they didn't react as quickly as it came out. But they were all like, "Oh man, fuck this team, we're screwed. Like it's the same old Jets, we're gonna lose, blah blah blah." And then once that Davante Adams trade hit, the whole mood changed. And me, my mood's gonna be the same with the Jets. I don't really I do say stuff, but my expectations the same. I don't expect them to do much. So I mean, I was like, sweet, we finally got him. Here's the trade details right there. The Raiders receive a 3rd round 2025 conditional pick. So I believe it turns into a 2nd round pick if the Jets make the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. So, I mean...
it's also if you make
I mean, I'm pretty, it's a good deal. They got him for a third round pick. Everybody said that they would get him for a second round pick, and I mean, Joe Douglas got him in here for that. So, and I don't know if you were watching Pat McAfee. He was apparently he flew to New York like right after the Bills game, or I think he might have even been there before. But he was in New York. He was at the facility before the trade was even announced, and he's ready to go, man. He's playing Sunday, so it should be a good game. And like he said, it's gonna be like there's gonna be no time at all that the connection is gonna be back. You know what I mean? He said that between him and Aaron Rodgers, it's honestly one of the best connections in the league. And I think I wish I should have pulled up the stats for him, between them two, but they have I think between the two they have 69 touchdown catches, that's just crazy. You know what I mean? And you added him to the mix with Garrett Wilson, and I know we don't know what's going on with Mike Williams because actually since I brought up Mike Williams, I do have one more highlight to show you. It was the last throw from the Bills game. And I don't exactly remember what Aaron Rodgers said, but he kind of called Mike Williams out on this play.
Oh, I remember.
And we'll watch the play and you can tell me what he said. So, but in my opinion, Mike Williams could have caught this ball. He easily could have caught the ball. Rodgers could have threw a little bit better, but Mike Williams could have caught this.
Last play before the 2-minute warning. Rodgers buys time, airs it out. Mike Williams fell down, and it is picked by Tyron Johnson.
Hey, Tyron Johnson made a great play on that. I mean, that was a nasty interception. But like I said, Mike Williams fell down and faked an injury, and then So you remember what Rodgers said about Mike Williams?
Yeah. So every team has what they call a red line. That line is 5 yards from the sideline. Rodgers was expecting him to stay on that red line, but instead Mike Williams cut in a little bit, so the ball was going more towards the sidelines. Well, it seems like Mike Williams is just going the wrong way, and that's what caused the misconfusion and ultimately the interception. Just a sad play to see, especially that critical towards the game.
I mean, Mike Williams, it seems like the last 2 weeks in a row now, Rodgers has gotten picked off throwing to Mike Williams. The Vikings interception, that one was on Rodgers for sure. That was a very bad throw. He should have threw it up to Mike Williams. Mike Williams is a big body. Just throw it up, let him get it. He's good at making contested catches. But that one, like I said, if that's what Rodgers said, I believe Rodgers. You know what I mean? Mike Williams didn't come out and say anything about it. So, but I know Rodgers was getting a lot of heat for saying that, and I mean, I don't understand why. Like, he's a veteran quarterback. Everybody knows who Aaron Rodgers is. You saw the play. So, but then after that, obviously with the acquisition of Devontae Adams, now there's rumors that Mike Williams is on the trade block. Me personally, I don't think they should trade him. You know what I mean? You signed him for a reason. Put him in the slot. Let him play. You know what I mean? You got Devontae Adams now, so it's going to take some pressure off him and Garrett Wilson. So I don't know. I think they should keep him. If they don't keep him, then you got to use Malachi Corley. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen this guy. I think he has like one catch. It was on a 3rd and 16 screen pass, and he didn't go anywhere. So, I mean, what do you think about the Mike Williams situation? Do you think they should trade him? Do you think they should keep him? What do you think?
I don't know. I always said I think we should keep him, and it just goes back to what are we gonna get for him? I don't really see a team giving up anything that's worth our while, especially if we're really saying that this year to next year is a window here. Yeah, I don't really see what the purpose is. Just see how it plays through for the year. You already paid him too, so you don't even get capped for it. I say, just keep him at this point.
And like I said, he doesn't have that many catches. You know what I mean? Like he's made a few plays, but like he's not like having crazy stats. And I know he's coming off an injury, but he's still playing. And I mean, I don't think he's on that pitch count anymore. We're week 7 now, or week 8. So I just got some stats for you for Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, and Devontae Adams. Quick passes, because that's a big thing. If you watch the highlights between him and Aaron Rodgers, a lot of the balls that he catches are like quick passes. So you can see pass attempts first, completions first, yards first, touchdowns 35. 35 touchdowns off quick passes. You know what that's telling me? That's telling me right now is that these guys are going to be an absolute beast in the red zone. And that's just a fact. Because if you watch a lot of the highlights from him and Rodgers, a lot of it's in the red zone. And that is one thing we fucking struggle at. So I think that's one big thing that a lot of teams or that a lot of people aren't taking into account is that we suck in the red zone. And Devontae Adams is a red zone fiend. So I like this. I know he's playing Sunday, and I do expect him to have an impact. You know, I do expect him to come out there and get a few catches, like get maybe 5 or 6 catches, if not more. Shit, I put a bet on him to score 2 touchdowns. The odds aren't that good, but whatever, it's money. So, like, I think I think they're gonna hit the ground running right away. I don't think it's like. I didn't really watch a lot of Packers games, but like I said, I watched highlights of Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers always because, you know what I mean, it's a good duo. So it's wild that they actually got Devontae. You know what I mean? And for a 3rd round pick, when everybody was saying that they were gonna trade Darrell Wilson to get him and stuff like that, and I was like, you guys are crazy. But what do you think the impact, or what impact do you think Devontae is gonna have on the Jets? Like, do you think it's gonna be like right away, or do you think it's going to take a couple weeks for him to fit in?
I think the biggest impact right now is on that offensive line. The offensive line is struggling to just hold up. You know, when you have a guy like Devontae, like that's the whole reason why it's so important. The offensive line doesn't need to do as much to hold up in protection if Devontae's getting open in under 2.5 seconds. You know, I think that's one of the biggest things that really helps, especially our biggest weakness is teams blitzing against us. So I think that will help a major area of weakness for us. How big of an impact will that be early on? I mean, that's debatable, but I expect him to kind of get the ground running. Rodgers already said he knows like 95% of the hand signals, so I don't really see it being too long before he's having a big game.
Yeah, and you can see like Rodgers is playing. He's playing decent. I don't want to say he's playing like good because, you know, I mean, we've lost games because of some of the throws he's made. But you add this factor into it. We've been saying it since last year, since we got Aaron Rodgers, that this was a possibility. Like right when we got Aaron Rodgers, I implemented right in everybody's head that we could possibly get Devontae Adams. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't really think it was gonna happen. But you know what I mean? With this addition, it's gonna elevate our offense a lot, and we have the new play calling from Todd Downing, and I'm assuming he's just going to be the play caller for the rest of the year, and then Hackett will probably be gone next year, I hope, and obviously we'll bring in a new head coach because obviously with that new head coach, he's going to want to bring in whoever he wants. He's going to tell Aaron Rodgers to fuck off, hopefully. But I agree with you. I think it's going to be right off the bat. I think it's going to be a good game for him. Like I expect him to have a good game against the Steelers. I'm actually going. I don't know if you knew that, but I am going to this game, so I'm very excited. I've never been to Pittsburgh, so it should be interesting. Hopefully the fans don't kill me. I don't know how they are, but I know they travel well. But I think the offense should do good against the Steelers defense. My only issue really is TJ Watt. TJ Watt is an absolute beast. He's one of the best defensive players in the NFL. And he's going up against Tyron Smith this weekend, and we were literally just talking about how bad Tyron Smith has been. What are your concerns for the defensive side of the ball on the Steelers and like our offensive side of the ball, like with the Jets?
Yeah, I think you started off. TJ Watt is a problem. He can be mitigated, and I say that meaning like, so you can go and have a tight end that chips him. You can have a running back that's shaded to his side. Like you can do things to help whichever offensive tackle he's going against. Moses also isn't. Well, Moses is actually doing pretty good, but he's hurt right now, so he might also take that as a weakness and attack Moses as well. So it's not great to have both sides be weaknesses. So I think the Steelers are going to try to exploit that, but Jets should be prepared. Know which side TJ Watt's on. Slide the protection that way. Guard everybody. So I think we should be good on receiving end. And hopefully, if Brees has the game he had last week and he continues that streak, I'm not too worried. But it all goes back to blocking. Brees is really big on having holes and getting through the hole. So
Yeah.
I think one of our biggest things is going to be, hey, can we open up these holes? Because we don't want Rodgers to be throwing the ball 50 times this game.
No.
Because as we've seen, his arm gets tired by the end of the game. So
Well,
how can
yeah,
we
they should have
balance
won
out that offense? And
yeah, I think our other than our offensive line, our receivers are obviously now, especially with Devontae, their secondary is not going to be able to match up with them because they're going to have to deal with Garrett Wilson and now Devontae. And I don't know if Mike Williams is going to play. I think he was at practice yesterday. I have no idea. So I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a healthy scratch, to be honest with you. So be prepared for that. And then we might see more Malachi because he's been inactive the last two or 3 weeks, I think. So, but I think that's one thing we're going to strive on is if Rodgers can get the ball out quick, like we talked about to Devontae, I think we should do well. But this game literally comes down to the offensive line. That's it. Well, I can't say that because our defense too. We're going to get into that too. But if our offensive line can protect Rodgers, there's no reason why the Jets should not win this game easily. Rodgers can get the ball out quick. He's getting, he's getting back into the rhythm. There was a little bit of rust early on, but he only threw that one pick last week. But like I said, it was a crazy play by Taron Johnson, and they should have won the game. So as far as the defense goes, our run game can't stop anything, and we don't know yet who's starting at quarterback because as of right now, Russell Wilson has took first team reps for the last 2 days of practice. And Justin Fields even said he doesn't think he played well enough the other day to get the starting job. So, in my opinion, I'm more concerned about Justin Fields than Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson hasn't played all year. Yeah, Russell Wilson hasn't played all year. I know he hasn't even been getting first team reps. Because you know what I mean. So all year he's just been chilling, and he hasn't last year he wasn't that good. You know what I mean. And the Steelers don't really have anybody on offense other than Najee that scares me against our defense. So who do you let's talk about the QB. Who do you think Russ is gonna start? Do you think Fields is gonna start? And what you obviously said you'd rather see Russell Wilson, but why? I can't hear you, brother.
My bad, I was on mute. I'm pretty sure I think Russ is going to start. And that just goes back to their pass game hasn't been opening up. So I think they're going to try to get Russ in to open up that pass game, which I think is great for us because, our biggest strength is pass defense. We have a terrible run defense for the most part. So if they try to pass more than they run, I think that's a bad strategy to win the game. But maybe they're just testing how good is Russ. But it seems like they're going to start him. I am more scared of Fields because of his ability to run the ball. I don't know if we would be able to stop. I think he's their most dangerous runner on that team, even more so than Najee, just because.
Yeah, for sure.
With Najee, you have 10 guys to worry about. With Fields, you have 11 guys to worry about because now you have a running back that can block as well, or it's just misdirection in general. So, I personally think it's a bad strategy, but we'll see. Maybe it pans out for them. I hope it doesn't. I really don't. I hope they play terrible.
I mean, bro, I think it would be wild if they start Rush and Rush just comes in there and gets a dub. That'd be crazy. So I don't know. Our defense, I don't know. If we can stop the run, we should be fine. You know what I mean? We are banged up though. So who's gonna play corner? We got Stiggers now. I don't know if Derek Bernard Converse is gonna play. We got Eccles, obviously, that's going to get some playing time. But Eccles has been holding his own. Eccles has been doing good. He's been coming in for Sauce a few times this season. And I think he has 2 picks. So he's been having a good season. So I'm not really worried about him. But as far as the the line, like I said, we can't stop the run. So if Russ plays, he can scramble. Everybody knows that. So I think we might get a little bit burned even still with Russ, but not as much as Fields because Fields is a younger guy. He's a track guy. He likes to run. So, but as far as our corners match up well, I mean, we got Sauce is going to be on Pickens. Like who else? What are the other receivers? They got Deontay Johnson. Who else do they have?
They don't have Deontay Johnson anymore. It's just Pickens. And
oh yeah, they traded him.
Wilson.
See, I don't even know the Steelers.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, see them. I'm not too worried about the receivers.
They don't really have.
Then,
That's why it's not too concerning. Yeah, it's just really just Pickens
Yeah.
that, like I would say, is a concern. So for right now, as from Wilson decides to break out this game, but I wish nothing on that.
I don't, man. It would, like I said, it would be crazy if I don't think he will. I think the Jets are going to come out and get a big win, and that, like I said, it all comes down. I think TJ Watt is going to be a game wrecker in this game. If that's how we lose, I think it's going to be because something happens. Knock on wood. I'm not going to say it because you already know what I'm thinking of, but or we just can't move the ball on offense. I think it's supposed to be nice weather. Thank God, it's supposed to be like 70 degrees, so that's good. Unlike the last time in Pittsburgh, it was a monsoon. The game didn't start till I think like 9:40 or something like that. So, and they're playing on grass, so they're not playing on turf. Rodgers plays better on grass. But yeah, I mean, I'm pumped. It's gonna be a good game. I got to drive to Pittsburgh Sunday morning. It's gonna take me like 4 hours, so it should be fun. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think the Jets should win this one pretty good. Do you have any other thoughts on this game? Like, do you have any other comments on it, or?
I think my biggest comment is that this is probably like we got to treat it like a playoff game pretty much because like we can't keep losing to AFC teams. Like I spoke about it when we played Denver. Like now Denver is actually looking like they could possibly.
Yeah, I mean.
Steelers possibly also another wild card spot that we're fighting for. So a win matters a lot late in the year if we're really fighting for that.
The Bills play the Titans this week too. So
division, that's a whole different conversation. Right now, I think we're looking for like which wild card spot can we get because we're 2-4. So we need to get to 500 before we can even have larger conversations on.
Well, I don't even think we're in a playoff spot anymore.
No, we're not. We're not.
Yeah.
So we're fighting to get back into wild card contention.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull this up here. I don't know why is going on with this app.
Yeah, but we're not going to be able to get above the Broncos. And then there's a lot of teams fighting for it. We still got the Bengals could always start a win streak as well. They have a great offense.
Well, even like the Colts Chargers are up there. Like I'll read you the standings right now. So obviously the Chiefs are 5-0.
Yeah.
Texans are 5-1. Ravens are 4-2. Bills are 4-2. Steelers are 4-2. Chargers are 3-2. Broncos are 4-3. Colts are 3-3. Dolphins are 2-3, and we're 2-4. But then, like you just said, the Bengals are also 2-4, and the Raiders are 2-4. The Raiders, we're not going to do shit. Bengals are definitely a team to be concerned about because it's just the Bengals. So, yeah, man, we're not. They got to get this win, go to 3-4, and then we go to New England next week, which that should be an interesting game as well because I think the last time we beat New England in New England was the 2010 game, if I'm not mistaken, the divisional round. So, but that's gonna be a whole nother topic of discussion for next week. So,
but they also have Drake May.
Yeah, he's a little banged up right now, though. I saw something today that his knee, he's playing, but I saw Rappaport tweeted it that he was dealing with some soreness in his knee or something. So that could be something to keep an eye on.
We really shouldn't be getting beat by Drake May, like a rookie quarterback, in my opinion. Like again, it all comes down to like if we're serious, like if we're a serious team and we're actually sitting here talking about playoffs, like those aren't conversations we should be having. Like, will we beat the Patriots? Especially when we're 2-4, like right now we have a really good opportunity to get to 4-4 in the next 2 weeks. So I say we gotta take it.
Well, you guys think. Look at the games we've lost. The Vikings game it was a very winnable game. Broncos game, that should have been an easy win. The Bills game, we should have won that game. know what I mean? That's 5 wins. Should be sitting at 5-0 right now. Like, I mean, sorry, 5-1 because the
49ers.
yeah, the 49ers. Yeah, I never thought we were gonna beat the 49ers.
Yeah, I
Right
didn't
when the
either.
schedule was, like, I went to that game and I still knew they were gonna lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just gonna put this up here because it's crazy to see. Looks like it's an edited, like it's a
Like
edit
Photoshop,
or
right?
AI. Yeah, but it's not. That's real. This is also real too, which still is mind blowing to me. Like, I don't know. I'm pumped. JD got it done. Oh, another thing, we didn't talk about the Hassan Reddick thing. So Hassan Reddick apparently hired a new agent on, I think it was Sunday morning. We got that notification, or maybe it was Monday morning. And then there was like rumors that he was going to be at MetLife. They were going to have a meeting with him and blah blah blah. I don't know if that actually happened or not. I think it did. But then Diana Rossini posted a tweet Tuesday morning, same day that we got Devontae, saying that the Jets are allowing him to seek a trade, which is weird because he already requested a trade like 2 months ago. So now they're letting him seek a trade.
Yeah.
So I don't know, bro. At this point, I don't really give a shit anymore. Like, if he comes, awesome. A lot of people are saying that they don't want him anymore. I'm like, you guys are dumb. We want him. We want him on the Jets. Don't stop being ridiculous. If you're not an idiot, you want Hassan Reddick on your football team. He's a good player. But there's also rumors that the Lions reached out to the Jets about him because obviously Aiden Hutchinson suffered that brutal injury. But they could also trade for Max Crosby. Just kidding. They're not going to do that because they already said they're not going to. So, I don't know, man. This whole Hassan Reddick situation is just annoying. I'm sick and tired of hearing it because, like, I remember where I was and how excited I was when they traded him. I was golfing and I got a notification and we traded for him. And I was like, no fucking way, man, because that's awesome. And then he showed up to the facility, looked hype, said he was ready to go, dapped up Sauce. And he's like, yeah, bro, like, let's go. It's ready to play. And he hasn't even played. I think that was the last time he was in Florham Park, other than maybe this weekend. But I mean, they need to get this shit done. They need to sign him to whatever he wants, give him the money.
Especially when our defensive line's playing the way it is right now. Our defensive
line, man. We lost Jermaine. Other than Will, that's another thing too. Shout out Will McDonald. Buddy has 7 sacks.
7 sacks.
7 sacks.
Crazy.
That's nuts. So,
and it's not even halfway through the year.
Yeah, that's nuts. Like he's on the pace for like 8 or something like that. No, maybe not 20, like 20, 21.
At least, like, I would have never even I could have guessed that he would have gotten like 8 this year, but to have 7 in like the
even
first
8,
weeks,
that's high.
Yeah,
because you didn't know how much he was going to play, right?
I was high on him though. I thought like he was going to replace that like Bryce Huff role. So I honestly thought he was going to get like 7, 8. But yeah.
How many sacks does Bryce Huff have?
Really crazy. Oh, this year?
Yeah.
Like
I got
2.
You. Hold on. Really?
I think it's like 1 or 2, if that.
Hold on. You mean half a sack he has?
Ooh.
Yeah, it says half a sack. Hold on, let me see.
Gosh.
Yep, half a sack.
That bad.
And he only has 4 tackles, bro. It's really bad.
Oh gosh, that's terrible.
That's horrible. So I mean,
oh gosh.
I mean, he got paid, so like that happens, right? That's wild, bro. Because he was an animal here. He was a beast. So,
but I think the Jets knew how to use him.
Yeah,
and that's a lot of times that's what it is with a lot of these players, where it's like you go and you chase money, and I get it. Like sometimes you got to catch it. Like something to note: Bryce was a undrafted free agent, so you know he never got paid in his career to this point. So money was a big thing for him. And I remember in a lot of interviews he talked about it. Like he was like, "Look, I'm not one of those guys that's like a first rounder that's been getting paid all this time. Like I didn't get my chance to get any money. So like, yeah, if I get the opportunity to get that big contract, I'm gonna take it." And he did. So I'm happy for him for that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just think they need to get this Hassan Reddick deal done. Like I don't want him to get traded.
Oh, yeah.
Like I really don't want him to get traded. We need him. And I really don't want to get traded to the Lions because Lions, I think the Lions will be okay. Like their defense obviously is going to struggle, but their offense is good enough that they'll still be a Super Bowl contending team. As much as that's weird to say, but all right, there's one more thing I want to talk about that I just remembered before we get going. Mekhi Becton. I don't know if you saw, but he made some comments.
Gosh, man.
I'm gonna
freaking gosh.
I'm gonna try to pull up the tweet.
Crash my laptop.
I'm gonna try to pull up the tweets.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I really wish I could know what's going on in his brain of his. I had so many other words I wanted to use. Let's take it.
So Mekhi Becton and the Eagles are traveling to MetLife this weekend to take on the New York Giants. And obviously there's Mekhi Becton playing for the Jets, Saquon playing for the Giants. So they were talking about both of them returning to MetLife. Saquon said he doesn't really care. He's like, I don't expect them to boo me, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get booed, brother. It's just going to happen. Anyways, and I don't know really why they talked to Mekhi, like acting like he's a superstar player, like he did anything for the Jets, because he didn't do shit. All he did was got Zach and Sam Darnold killed. Wait.
He also got injured a lot, so he did do that.
Yeah. You know, so we're going to do it. So I know I'm just going to read off this quote. It says, I know he's excited, Becton said of Barkley. We both know what New York meant to us, and we both know how New York did us. I'm just going to let him be his own little space, and I'll be in my own little space. Towards game day, we're going to both do it. First of all, what the fuck did New York do to you? Please explain that to me, Mekhi. I don't know. He's probably not watching, but either way, I don't understand what New York did to you besides draft you 11th overall, start you, and you show up to camp fat as fuck, out of shape, and all you do is talk shit on Twitter and make burner accounts, but New York did you bad? So I don't understand. Like he did say I'm gonna pull the tweet up because he did bring up one good point. This is the quote. It says, "I don't want to play in that shitty stadium. Everything is just bad about that stadium." He's absolutely not wrong there.
Yeah, that one I'll give.
He fucking hit the head right on the nail right there.
We all agree.
This one pissed me off, but it still kind of makes sense, and a lot of Jets fans kind of came at me for it. But I'm like, guys, it's true. He's like, we was like the little brothers to them. On their side, they held all their trophies and the Super Bowls, and on our side, we were the New York Jets. In reference to the Giants, he's not wrong. Jets fans, I know you're mad about that, but he's not wrong. They have the Super Bowls. I get it too, but like he's not wrong, bro. You know what I mean?
I'm not no little brother to the Giants, so I don't.
Oh no, that's
they've
annoying,
been just as
like,
bad as we have been in the past decade. So we want to go.
But they've won 2 Super Bowls since I've been watching football. So I know, but it's still I get it. I get the hate, but it's just like I said, Mekhi.
Like that's like me
I know.
We won Super Bowl.
I know.
At this point,
it would be less impressive if they didn't beat the Patriots, to be honest. So, but like I said, for Mekhi to say what he said is kind of weird because we gave him everything. You know what I mean? Like I said, yeah, maybe like the coaching staff kind of screwed him over by switching him over to the other side and shit like that. But I mean, like I said, he showed up to training camp fat, out of shape. Call himself a big bust. Well, brother, you are a big bust. I had some Eagles fans in my mentions the other day because I was replying to some tweets saying he was a bust. Like, oh, he's doing good for us. Sucks for you guys. I was like, all right, okay, well, whatever. We got a new left tackle. That's shit. We're number 77, so whatever. Didn't work out either way. But I don't know. I think that whole Mekhi situation is funny. Do you have anything else to say about that?
I mean, like they moved him into right guard, so like honestly, if he was playing tackle, I still think.
Oh, did the Eagles moved him at right guard?
Yeah. So and he still has like 2 to 3 sacks, and he also got injured this year. So like it's really not that much of upgrade for them either. Nonetheless, you know, I wish him well. I don't have anything against him. I think the whole notion of we did bad by him. Like we sat down and held out a spot for him to start every single year, even though each year he disappointed us. Like I don't know what more the Jets could have done
He barely played at MetLife, so I don't know why he's talking shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. You can make a lot of arguments, but like at some point, I think Makai just needs to look in the mirror and take some accountability and move on, because that's the only way you're gonna get better, and that's the only way you can actually continue to grow in your career. Look forward, not backward. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I just don't like. I think it was kind of like you know what I mean, not unnecessary for him to say what he said. But like you said, some of the comments he made were true. Like about MetLife, he hit the head right on the nail with that. But anyways, actually, there's one more thing I want to talk about. We were talking about earlier how we had injuries because Chuck Clark has been injured. So I think me and you are on the same page on this. We're gonna talk about it because it's funny. The Titans are releasing Jamal Adams.
Oh gosh.
So,
Oh goodness.
just hold on. One, we can't stop the run. We're shit. Two, we need a safety. Three, this guy posted pictures of himself in a Jets uniform. So, would you be open to the possibility of Jamal Adams returning to the New York Jets?
No. Honestly, like, honestly, it's not even personal. It generally has nothing to do with him as a person. It really just comes down to, like, if you look at his PFF grade, he has a 20-something pass coverage grade. Like, that's atrocious.
But he was bad when he was with us in past.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is,
You know what I
he's
mean?
consistently getting worse than that. And like, my thing is, so, like, yeah, like maybe he does help with the run game. I don't think he's gonna help that much. You just help like stop any sort of big runs. Like most of our run game issues start with the defensive line. But what happens is that you get that one play where it's like, all right, they're gonna pass on first down. We have Jamal Adams in, and oh wow, they're burning him. Oh wow, that's a 60-yard touchdown, and you're like, oh, well yeah, maybe we shouldn't have gotten a guy that can only play run defense but can't do anything else. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
He should just switch the linebacker. I mean, I don't know. I have like a love-hate relationship with Jamal because obviously I'm an LSU guy, so I was pretty pumped when they drafted him.
Yeah.
He's actually his birthday was yesterday. He's a day younger than me. He was born October 17th. Yeah, he was born October 17th, 1995. I was born October 16th, 1995. So, and like I said, obviously LSU, I'm a big fan when they drafted him, and I was a huge fan of him, bro, because when he was with us, he was so good, bro. Like the one play I remember with him is the Giants play. I don't know if you remember when he ripped the ball. You knocked Saquon out of the way and you ripped the ball out of Daniel Jones's hand. That was one of the best football plays I've ever seen. Like that was just a him moment where he, like, at that snap of the ball, he's like, "This is my field," and he took over. That was a crazy play. So, but then again,
I loved him as a Jet. I will say that I did.
Yeah,
I loved him.
He
when
was so
here.
good.
Like
he was so good.
Granted, we didn't really put him in coverage. We just sent him on blitzes and it was like, hey, stop
he didn't
the run
get
game.
He didn't.
Yeah, we didn't really like
PBUs or picks or anything.
Yeah. So like, I think for what we had him, like what his role was here, it was perfect. Sadly, he had some injuries in Seattle, and I think that kind of derailed his career. But like, again, I don't have any hate towards him. Also, like that trade got us AVT and Garrett, so I honestly have no hate for him. Like, it's not like I'm over here like, oh, like, it's a personal thing. It has nothing. It's nothing personal against him. I have no problems with him, to be honest.
I mean, I'm in the same boat. Like, obviously, everybody probably knows I probably said a bunch of choice words about this guy because of, I don't know, you just know me. But like I said, I was a huge fan. I did buy his jersey, and I think I'm the reason why. Like I said, if you know me, you know I have bad juju with jerseys, so I don't buy him anymore. But he was one of the guys I bought, and I think like I bought it, and then like maybe like I think it was that off season he got traded. But like you said, we did trade him to the Seahawks, and we fleeced him. Still a great trade, by the way, because we got Bradley. What is that guy's name? McDougal? No.
Oh yeah, it was Bradley McDougal. Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. Oh, wow, I can't believe I remember that. So we got him for a year, and then we got 2 first-round picks. I remember I was about to take a nap, and my phone went off, and I was, like I said, I was a Jamal fan, so I was pissed. But then I was like, oh shit, we got 2 first-round picks. So we ended up drafting AVT, and then we did get Garrett Wilson out of it. So, and I think it ended up helping us get Brees too.
No, that was Sam. Sam Darnold. That trade got us Brees.
Oh yes, yeah, that's true too. But that still stinks because Sam's balling out right now. But I mean, I don't have any hate towards him. Like you said, he had injuries in Seattle. I don't really think he did that well in Seattle though. If I'm
Yeah, he was
remembering
injured
well.
for the most part.
Yeah. So, and then obviously he played maybe 2 games with the Titans, and I don't think he played a lot
Yeah, I think they
So-
said he had 5 total snaps.
with the Titans.
Yeah, like it was.
Did
Some
he
type
play at all
page that
against the
proved-
Jets?
I wasn't sure if it was a joke or if it was actual. Like he only played 5. Like one of the
I mean, I
Titans
wouldn't be
pages was like,
surprised.
yeah, like clap it up for the 5 plays. Which one was their favorite? And I was like, oh wow,
Oh,
did he really play
I
that
mean,
little?
That's funny. I mean, like I said, I don't know. I don't. If they bring him in cheap, why not? Screw it. It's just an extra body, run
Yeah.
stopper. But I don't think that's the answer at safety. I don't really think there's anybody out there, to be honest. I don't think we need it's not like we're like in desperate need of a safety. Like if we get another injury, knock on wood, we don't. But that's metal. But yeah. I mean. I don't mind. I don't mind it. I think what he did when he got traded was super annoying. How he was dancing on Instagram Live and smoking a cigar and saying he's so happy and shit. And then he started talking shit, right? If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
he
he
was talking shit about the Jets.
A lot of stuff.
So
Yeah.
I don't like when former players do that. But
I agree with you.
anyways, let's get to some predictions. So Jets Steelers Sunday Night Football. I am gonna be in attendance. Usually the Jets win when I'm there. Knock on wood. The last win, I was there. I was at MetLife. So hopefully, but yeah, like I said, if the offensive line can step the fuck up, Tyron Smith, that's the big factor in this game. It's him and TJ Watt, and I know TJ Watt is probably like, let's go. I know he's excited because he watched that Bills game and he said, oh brother.
Yeah.
But we could see some Fashanu. We have no idea. We don't know who's starting at quarterback, but actually, let me check Twitter because it's Friday now, so maybe something happened. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. So
I think Tom's gonna play his cards like to the chest, like, oh, he's gonna play this. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we can expect that it's Russ. And then maybe Fields comes in if it gets terrible.
Bears quarterback Jay Cutler was arrested in Tennessee for a DUI and a gun possession.
Oh gosh.
Jesus Christ, Jay, what are you doing? What were we just talking about? That just completely just threw me off track.
Steelers quarterback.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So like I said, it's probably gonna be Wilson, but I think that's best case scenario for us. So,
Yep.
If they can stop the run, Jets defense should feast. Get maybe a turnover, so maybe get an ugly, young QB turnover if you know what I'm talking about. Devontae Adams, let's do a little stat prediction for that because I kind of want to. I'm gonna post a tweet later. I want to see what people think. I think he's gonna have a good game. I honestly think he's gonna probably have like 6 or 7 catches, maybe like 80, maybe 80 plus yards, a touchdown. I think for sure he's gonna have a touchdown. I think he's gonna score because you got to think, bro. If once they're in the red zone, they're gonna be because this is it. It's gonna be crazy, bro. Because that's the thing. Because we're gonna be in the red zone, and they know that Rodgers is gonna try to feed Devontae. But then we could just go to Garrett Wilson or Mike Williams, or Brees Hall.
Well, maybe not Mike Williams, but Allen Lazard.
Well, yeah, he's still on the team. Relax. But
he might be a healthy scratch. I'm kind of in my head. I'm just accepting that he's probably gonna be a healthy scratch, rather than get my hopes up and being disappointed again.
Let me see if I can find anything on the Russell Wilson. I feel like everybody would know if the news is dropped. It's nothing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't understand why they would bench Justin Fields. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, 4-2 record. It's pretty solid to me. But okay, anyway, so score. I think the Jets are going to get this win. It's a must win. Every game until we get above 500 is a must win. Like usually, when you get, we could probably lose realistically 7 games, I think, and potentially still make the playoffs. Actually, no, we could lose 8 up to 8 and still somehow make the playoffs. So we still got a lot of hope, but we don't. These are the games we need to win. We got. I think. Hold on, I'm gonna put up the schedule because we haven't really said anything about that lately. But there's the remaining schedule. So obviously Steelers Sunday night, then the Patriots Texans game is gonna be tough. But like those few games, bro, like Steelers should be a win, Patriots should be a win, Texans could be a loss. Cardinals, I think we could beat the Cardinals. Colts, that should be a win, and then Seahawks. You know what I mean? Like those games are very winnable. So, like they could, like knock on wood, we could be 7-4, 6-5, and that's okay with me. So, but anyways, I keep getting off track. I think the Jets are gonna win. I'm gonna say 24-10. It's close at the beginning, but then they start running away with it at the end.
So I'm gonna be consistent here because every time I bet on the Jets, I always get effed. I'm gonna go Steelers. I'm gonna go Steelers. I'll probably say like because I honestly I do think.
Are you just saying that because you're like trying to like betting wise, or you're like?
Every time I choose the Jets, they never win. So I can't choose the Jets. I can't do it. I can't do it to myself.
Well, now anymore. I'm gonna chirp you if you pick the Steelers and they win.
No, because like I promise you, like every bet I've done this year has gone the opposite way. So I can't keep doing this. I'm gonna go Steelers. I'm gonna go Steelers 28-25.
Okay, since we're on the topic of betting, I'm gonna show you what I had going for me. Hold on. Let me see what we got here. I think so. I had I set a bunch of bets. But I did win one. I said I'll bet $10 and I won $130. I think it was maybe this one.
Oh.
Yeah, this one. So I won this one. Josh Allen 8 times touchdown.
Oh wow.
Garrett Willis and both teams to score 20, and that hit like super early.
Literally just hit the 20 points one though.
Oh yeah, right at it. But still.
Yeah.
So I got that one, but then I got this one, which kind of pissed me off. I don't know if you can see the return, but needed a Brees touchdown. Needed that Brees touchdown, and then the win. Where's the other one? I think it's this one. Yeah, this one was that one. The other ones hit. The Aaron Rodgers over and the Brees over. Those ones hit. And then obviously Josh Allen scored 2 touchdowns technically because the one got called back. And then if Brees would have scored a touchdown, so I would have won like $800. Actually, no, it was like $900. Yeah. But you know, the Jets decided to screw me. So I do have some bets this weekend. I would post them, but they're on my phone. I think I have one for like Devontae to score 2 touchdowns, and the odds aren't that high for that. I think it's only like plus 1,100, so it's not crazy. But and then the Saints screwed me yesterday, and the Florida Panthers. I just started betting on hockey again. This is getting bad now, bro. I'm gonna start betting on like poker or like darts or something stupid. But anyways, tell them what you got going on with your show, and
Yeah, so I got my weekly podcast, and that's with Brent. That's on Uptown Sports TV. You can check us out on YouTube. Also, if you want to follow my content, NY Jets Planet, I'm on Twitter and I'm on Instagram, so you guys can follow me on either one. And just basically I do like pictures, I talk about the upcoming games, stuff like what we're doing now, but just actual graphics.
Yeah, I don't do graphics because I don't got time for that. It takes me too long to do these shows, so I don't have patience to do graphics. But guys, you guys can follow me on Twitter at JJetsX. Oh my god, I said that weird. And look for me if you guys are going to the game. If anybody's watching, I will be in Pittsburgh. I'm not gonna tell you guys where I'm sitting because people are crazy and psychos. So, but if you are, feel free to reach out. Send me a DM. I am going to be going to the Gotham City tailgate. I forgot to give those guys a shout out because the Gotham City crew, bro, you guys are the best, man. Like they put on such a great tailgate at home games and away games. So if you guys are going, you guys can go to their Twitter. You guys can buy passes. They have food, live DJ. You guys can get free drinks. Well, not free drinks. You got to pay for passes, but it's a good time. They travel very well. And so let's get this win, man, and hopefully we can be 3-4. That sucks to say, but have a good one, guys.
Hopefully we could be 4-4 by that Pats game.
Yeah, 4-4. Yeah, hopefully. All right, guys, have a good one.